Hello everybody, Bill here, Rust to Resurrection. Today we're going to start taking some parts off this Dauntless V6 engine because I want to do a compression check, and I got a lot of stuff on here that just is not related or necessary to do that compression check. So we're going to start just taking all the parts that are just on the outside off and get ready to do that compression check. However, if you watched one of the previous episodes, you know that I pulled the dipstick and there was no oil on the dipstick. So I am going to first, before I do anything, I'm going to pull the drain plug on the bottom of the pan and see if there's any oil in here, because it was suggested that before I do the compression check, because this engine has sat for 47 years, that I ought to do a prime of the oil system. And in order to do that, I have to have oil in the sump, and I need to make sure that the sump is not empty. Now, I don't know why the sump or the oil pan is empty. I mean, again, this thing has sat for 47 years. Who knows why it's leaked out? Maybe there's rust holes in the pan. I don't know. But I want to check right now and see if there's oil in the sump or in the pan. And then if there is, then I'll feel confident that I can add some more, at least to prime the system. Let's drain the oil pan. So before I start, I want to show you that dipstick. And you hopefully can see that there is absolutely no indication on that dipstick. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, came off easy. Nice. The bottom of that pan is definitely coated with oil, so it doesn't look rusted at all. Oh boy, she's black, but there's oil. There's oil. Not a lot of oil, but there's oil. All right. Boy, does that smell raunchy. All right, so at least that's a pretty clear indication that I should be able to add oil back in so that I can prime it, so that I can do that compression test. That priming video will be a standalone. We'll do that soon. I got to get some things off from this first. So that's today's video. We know we got oil. We'll let that drain, and then we'll start pulling some of the stuff off. So one of the things I've learned as a filmmaker, this filming down here in the basement it's a bitch. This is only like 11 by 11, so I don't have a lot of space for the cameras and to move things around. So I'm going to have to constantly shuffle things just so I can get you guys in view of what I'm doing. Anyway, so need to kind of pull some wiring off here, and because admittedly I don't know what the hell I'm doing, I'm going to do the best I can. I don't really know that I'm not going to have to just look all this stuff up in the future, but I'm guessing this is the oil pressure sensor, which goes to here. I don't know if you can see this. Let me grab my phone here. So I bought this Jeep from a family friend, and I'm sure he bought it from somebody else. It was a 66. I bought it in 76. Yeah, I bought it in 76. So it was already 10 years old when I bought it. And I got to show you here this whole cobbled together wiring system. I'm going to cut it, and I'll figure out what it's for at a much later date. This one kind of goes nowhere, so I don't know. So if I pull that, this can go away. So again, I said in the last video on this stand or shelving unit that the stuff that I'm never going to look at forever or for a while is going to go on the top or the bottom shelf. So this can go up top. All right, that makes that a little bit easier. This cobbled together bracket for the alternator, I can get rid of that, I think. I've got a heater running in the background because it's chilly down here because it's November 1st. Plan B. So let me tell you how that worked. We broke the bolt. Oh, and that is one of the bolts to the water pump. So that'll be fun. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. So let's get the fan blade off, and that was converted to Allen head. So this engine, this whole Jeep's been played with many, many times, I think, before I even got here. Ooh, that came off easy. So they needed a standoff. So they put these probably 5/8 nuts in the back of the fan blade. 1/4 of an inch of thread in the housing. Yeah, somebody definitely been here and played around. Totally farmer. 2 different lengths. Don't think I'll be using those again. I'm going to have to figure out why this got done. I don't have a clue. Oh, is this a monster? Well, okay. I bet this is 2 or 3 pounds. So these hose clamps do look OEM, though I don't know why. Everything else is all kind of messed up. I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy about this one, but we'll see. Ooh, dust. Lots of dust. If you haven't figured this out, I don't have a toolbox down here. My toolbox is in my other 2 shops. So let's see if we can get this top hose off. I keep expecting somewhere along the line I'm going to have to cut these off. And I'm thinking this might be the first one. So this is off the top of the water pump, and I don't know where it goes or what it does. If you know what it is and you're a Dauntless V6 guy, leave a comment. So just in case you were wondering, I'm not doing this completely blind. I've got all the service manuals for the V6. And I'm pretty sure when it comes time to put this thing back together, I'm going to have to use a lot of that information. For sure. Ooh, lots and lots and lots of dust. Wow. All right, there's that hose. Let's get this hose off. I don't know if this is barbed wire or what it is, but it's wire wired to a bracket that I don't even know what it goes to. Crazy, 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 crazy. So this hose goes into the intake. So I'm going to guess it has, I don't know if it's a cooling hose. Could be a cooling hose, so it may, again, why would a cooling hose go into the intake? Leave a comment. Yeah, another one to cut. I'm actually amazed at how pliable this rubber is for being as old as it is. You know, I joke about how this is all cobbled together, but I'm going to tell you something. This thing ran like a champ before I tore it all apart. All right. Tell me what I don't know, boys, because I know I don't know it. Okay, this is the hose for the vacuum advance on the distributor. And one more hose right here coming out of the water pump, and that one's going to go into the radiator for sure. Oh, no! Oh, no! Okay, that's not a happy hose clamp. So when all else fails, try Axon, because I don't know how stiff this steel is. Five hours later, and there's one thick band clamp. Band clamp. Hose clamp. She's getting naked, boys. She's getting naked. Okay. Alright, got one more hose over here that goes directly into the carburetor. And I think this goes down into here in the top of the valve cover. Again, part of the evac system. I don't know. This is 1966. I'm not the motor technology guy, so leave a comment. All right. This is going to have to come off. This is the coil. Carburetor stuck. Choke does move though. All right. Here is the linkage for the throttle. All right, there's the coil. Oh, that little bugger. I certainly hope the manuals have this clearly labeled and described, because I don't have a clue. They say ignorance is bliss. Till you get into trouble, I guess. All right, we're down to nothing. Okay, get this off. Let's see if we can get this distributor cap off. That was easy. And that was easy. Okay. Ooh, that actually looks good. Nice, nice. All right. All right, let's pull off this fuel line. Let's pull off this fuel line. Looks like it had, yeah, it couldn't be. There's two hoses coming out of this. I'm gonna guess this is a fuel filter. Leave a comment. Why is there two hoses coming out of this? What I think is a, we're gonna cut that. We're just gonna cut that. Ooh, I smell gasoline. Alright, there's that. And then let's pull that off the top. Nope. I do have line nut wrenches, but they're down in my machine shop, and I really do not want to run all the way down there to get them. Okay, that's not what I expected. That's not what I expected. Okay, big wrench. So this is my American adjustable, because I knew my metric adjustable wouldn't work on this American engine. Okay, I am going to have to straighten this out. Which I feel bad about. All right. Stuff everywhere. All right. Okay, we'll leave that on for now. So the last thing I want to take off is the valve covers, because I need to have those off to see that the oil is priming. Wind's blowing. Welcome to autumn in New England. Only four bolts that hold this entire thing down. Interesting. There is plenty of oil inside of that. All right, let's roll that around and pull that other cap off. wrench. Okay. She has plenty of oil as well. This one's working. Okay, well, some of them are working. I can't tell. It's too slow to spin it. All right, guys, this is as far as we're going to go on this video. We've got it all stripped down. I'm ready to change the oil and then take the distributor out and then try to pump that up. I did do a check with a couple guys that are on YouTube or on Instagram as well. And they've told me how to spin this. I got to spin this clockwise. I'll talk about that in the next one. We've got this thing as far down as it needs to be. Next video on this, we will change the oil and see if we can't spin this thing over. Now, guys, if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here. Matter of fact, I love you guys for being here. And I will see you in the next video doing something. Bye, guys.